Hello, welcome to the Blue&Black Attack postgame show with Panther Pickle and Jake the Snake, the only ones here. Uh, Jake, we lost today, brother. What do you think?
Well, I think we have some issues on offense, which is clearly today that if anybody watches this game, they know.
Hmm.
We got multiple problems on offense. I don't think it's just one person or
Right,
just one issue. I think it's
right,
across the board. Quarterback, head coach, wide receivers not getting open certain downs. The play calling was awful. We shot ourselves in the foot, so to speak, when it came to Chuba Hubbard, fumbling the ball, and then on defense, we had J.C. Horn having that boneheaded penalty with the face mask on Jackson Smith, the Jigba. It's just a lot of issues, self-inflicting.
right.
It was the problem today, and you know, I still believe that we have a possibility to win this playoff. Next week
Absolutely.
against Tampa Bay in Tampa. We still got a chance, y'all. And look, no matter how bad this game was, it's always gonna be keep pounding.
That's a fact. That's absolutely a fact. Um, Let me share this in case somebody wants to come in. I'm going to put the link out that they can if they feel like it. Um, One thing I want to say, though, now, some of y'all know me, and you see me on Friday Free for All, and I tried to be positive on Friday Free for All. On Friday Free for All, when we do our game picks, I try to be the Dave Canales positivity guy. But to be honest with you, you can't have watched this team all year and really, really in your heart knew we were going to come out and win this game. I mean, the record itself shows you that's not going to happen. Uh, I mean, it just ain't. We just ain't that good, y'all. We just ain't that good. A lot of it you can make an assumption. You can chat about it amongst yourself. You can make guesses. Trust me, we do all the time, and that's exactly what we do. We guess, but um, reality we don't know. Uh,
Just to answer Patrick Gall's
yeah,
question, I think it's gonna be unless they flex it, which I don't know the actual rule when it comes to them flexing games. According to right now, it's gonna be a 1 o'clock game unless they
right,
change it,
right,
and I hope it stays a 1 o'clock game.
right. Absolutely, yeah. I believe they will flex it, but we should know that uh either today or tomorrow.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it definitely has to be a. They have to know prior to the game a certain amount of days. I know that.
right. Right. Let me bring this up, and some of y'all may not see this, but let's look at there. We lost the Jags, we lost the Cardinals, we won the Falcons, we lost to the Patriots, we won the Dolphins, we won the Cowboys, we won the Jets, we lost to the Bills, we beat the Packers, we lost to the Saints, we beat the Falcons, we lost to the 49ers, we won the Rams, we lost to the Saints, we beat the Bucks, and we lost to the Seahawks. Like next week, I predict us to win. And I predict us to walk into the playoffs as division champions and get our asses handed to us, folks. Buttercup, it's not hard. Just
I mean,
look at it. Look at the schedule. It's right
yeah.
in front of your eyes. To be upset, I mean, some folks got upset today, Jake, because I said Dave Canales is having some bad play calling, and I think he was. No more bad play calling than some of Bryce Young's throws was bad. No
No.
more bad than some of the blocking that should have been there that wasn't. But hey, this is the type of team we're in.
Hmm.
Okay. You know, did the receivers run good routes? I don't know. I know that they didn't look like they were open that much to me, but I haven't sat down and see all 22. I don't know. I know a couple times I thought receivers were open. They didn't get anywhere.
I agree. I do believe it was up and down, and like you have the schedule pulled up. Ever since the Jets game, it's just been a repeatable
Right.
win, loss, loss, win, like just a pattern. And going by this pattern, we're going to beat the Buccaneers, and then when it
Right.
comes to the playoffs, we're going to lose in the playoffs. But hey, look, no matter what, I've been saying this since the past 2 weeks. I'm still proud of this team. I know we're all over the place right now, but we still have a chance to make it to the playoffs, beat the Buccaneers next week, and make it to the playoffs, and that's a big improvement. I mean, this team for the
Right.
past 8 years has just been horrible, and like we're at 8 wins, and just like Panther Gal said, we're still at 500 right now, even with this loss today. I mean that is an improvement. We're still talking playoffs in December going into January. That is a huge improvement. We are a young team. Yes, do we have problems? We absolutely have problems right
Right.
now,
We
but
do.
it's problems that we can grow, we can eventually fix. Is it going to take time? Absolutely, it is.
Right.
Pickle, I think you'd agree too. I think the biggest takeaway, positive takeaway, because going to what Cam Newton said, even in a big loss, you have to take some type of positive, even if it's small. I think our defense played phenomenal for the most part today.
Right.
They played playoff defense. We had a boneheaded play by J.C. Horn when it came to that face mask penalty on third and forever. It was bad,
Hmm.
but prior to that, our defense played their hearts out. It was really great on defense today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, let's hear what Canales has to say.
Foremost, got to give a lot of credit to the Seahawks coming out here,
Yes, sir.
playing tough all day,
They're a
coming up
good
with some
football
big
team,
conversions throughout
regardless
the
if
day. And
Panthers
then,
don't like it. Panther fans
from
don't
there, I
like it.
just got to talk about our defense and the amazing game they played to give us opportunities
Yes,
offensively. We didn't do
defense
anything
played
with those.
amazing, just like Jake said.
A part of that
I
was
mean,
just the
overall,
Seahawks,
they
having
had their issues, but
Yes,
overall, they played a good game.
that they did.
They did. They had some bonehead plays, and I'm sure the NFL will notice, and I'm sure that the coaching staff will notice, and I'm sure somebody's check is going to be a little shorter next month.
Might be
Maybe a
not.
few of them,
I'm about to say,
but
Pickle. I don't think it's just one player, brother. I think it's gonna be a couple.
right, exactly. JC, you know, eyeball finger poking the. Yeah, you might get some money withdrawal on that one. You know, uh, a few weeks ago, Maury got fined. He might get fined again.
Not
But
only did he get fined, he got suspended one game.
he did,
That
he did, and you know, th- real quick, that Jesse, he had no business have his hand up near that helmet,
no, he didn't.
none whatsoever.
He's
Um,
a pro. I mean, this is
but
his back to
he
back Pro Bowl
exactly,
year. I mean, he's
exactly,
smarter than that, and I
yes, he
know
is
that he is, and I know that he felt that play. I mean, it's not like
right.
he was like, "Oh no, that was nothing. That wasn't on me." He knows it was on him.
Yeah, exactly. He's telling himself in the locker room, I fucked up. But at the point, all you can do is learn from your mistakes and move on. The play calling I thought was odd at times because we had too much there were too many times where you're throwing in the flat, you're throwing into the corner. But then I have to ask, because I asked you this when we were watching it together, is that Dave Canales' play calling, or is that Bryce Young's decision on who he throws the ball to? Because I don't think Dave Canales is calling a play and telling him who to throw to. So is that a quarterback issue, or what is that?
I wish
It's a
I wish I
question.
knew.
Yeah, it's a question we'll have to study on later. Um, you know, but Dave Canales. Now, to be fair, I think we're a young team. I think we're a young team on the GM, the coaches, most of them, and the players. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to learn from these and moving forward. As a fan, I find the schedule I had up was kind of positive because we're still fighting. We're still at the last game of the season and still fighting for the division. That's positivity to me because that shows eagerness and growth. Are we where we want to be at? No, we're not. But we still have a lot of improvements to do on the roster. And it's going to happen. I was very adamant at the beginning of the year saying we did not need another wide receiver. We did not need another wide receiver. We had enough already. And it appears that I might have been wrong. We might need another wide receiver because it appears once Nalo tries to play with the flu, Ain't nobody else worth a shit.
Well, not only that, Pickle, I think when they take Nalo out the game, where they game plan to limit him, try
Right,
to execute where he can't make the plays that he normally makes.
right,
I mean, these other guys don't really step up when they need to be. I mean, Coker has stepped up at times, but my thing is we need these players behind Nalo to step up, on a consistent basis, not just a game and then not show up.
right.
And
And
look, I'm with you. I didn't think we needed another wide receiver either, but if this game showed me anything when it came to our wide receivers, is we might need another wide receiver.
right, and something else is once Sanders went out of the game, Bryce really struggled uh to find somebody else other
Hmm.
than that and Nalo. He really did struggle with that. I know he likes Sanders and he likes playing, but he really struggled getting that ball downfield. Um, um, that being said, it's about growth, and we'll all learn and move forward. Um,
Absolutely.
you know, um, Prayers up to JC. Our prayers up to Sanders. I hope he's not hurt too bad, and I hope he can play next week. But it didn't look good the way they carried him off the field.
Great scheme playing
Panther guy,
together.
I don't think we did throw it down the field really.
No, I
I
don't think we
mean,
did.
I think
No,
honestly,
here in
the
a minute I'm
biggest
going to
play
show
I
you.
think it was like 10
Right
yards, 10, 15
here in a
yards.
minute I'm going to show you some stats, and we did not look good throwing down the field if we even tried it.
Things difficult on us, and but we made mistakes. We made mistakes on the offensive side, and when you play a good team like this, you have to be able to take advantage. You got to do things right, and that's what we have to look at in front of us there. Any questions? Open it up.
How big an impact was T-Mac's illness, and what happened on the interception with him and Bryce?
He was playing his butt off out there. He looked fast. He was doing everything. If anything, I would say just schematically, just trying for me and Brad, just trying to figure out ways to make sure we create access and opportunities for T-Mac. I didn't see a drop in his game, in terms of his performance and all that. I love the fact that he was able to get out there for his teammates and do what he did. The interception, underthrown slightly there in zone. Love played it low to high, came up underneath it. We thought we had a nice concept to the boundary right there. There was some space, and I think Bryce would be the first one to tell you he'd like to be able to put that ball on the line on the inside right there.
Weren't able to stretch the field that much, didn't even really pass downfield. Was that because of the Seattle defense?
They did a great job having discipline, staying deep on a lot of our concepts. I think what you saw is a lot of balls go to the checkdowns in different ways. They rallied up and tackled us really well. We didn't end up
They,
getting a lot of yards
a
out of
lot of
some of
them
those
folks
checkdowns,
still
but
may know
when they play
Canales'
it right
offense
and,
pretty
and
well.
the defense plays from depth
That
and they
might
stay
be
on top and
that might be
discipline,
something we
it
should
wasn't for a
think
lack
about
of
too.
trying. We called some passes try to go down the field, and they did a great job of
Yeah,
making
that's
the ball
true,
get to
Pickle.
the check down and rallied up and made
Because
some
he spent
tackles.
a lot of years
No, he did.
developing that
A
offense
majority of
in
his
Seattle.
coaching career.
Yeah, in Seattle,
Hmm.
just a couple years ago.
Yeah, we definitely feel the missed opportunity, but at the same time, we know it's in front of us. It's clearly defined. It was going to come down to this game, us handling our business and facing the Bucks one more time on the last game of the season. Couldn't ask for a better situation for this. The guys are excited and fired up about that, and we got to get over the fact that we missed an opportunity, with the Bucks losing that game. So, but our focus has to go to the next one really quickly.
Third and 20, I believe, the face mask penalty on JC.
Yeah.
What'd you see on first?
It was unfortunate. He rallies up to make a tackle. He didn't really pull the face mask, but there's contact there, and he grasped it a little bit, and the official called it the way he saw it. And really unfortunate it happened in that situation where we could have had a chance to get the ball back and try to do something.
Can you pause it right here for a second, Pickle?
Yeah,
I agree, Panther guy. I said this earlier in the year. I believe Dave Canales would be a better play caller, in my opinion, if he had an experienced offensive coordinator. I know Brad Isik's his friend. I get that. But I think he also needs a guy that helps him push when it comes to play calling. I really do. And I think it's kind of a letdown that he doesn't have a veteran offensive coordinator to help him, especially as a young head coach.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, what do you think about Jake? What do you think about how the defense played?
I mean, like I said earlier, I think they played pretty damn good. I mean, I think honestly, and I mean the score doesn't reflect on it. I think this was the best performance I've seen our defense all year round. I mean, all year. I mean, truly. I mean,
Right,
besides the Atlanta 30-0
right,
game, I mean, I think that's another one that was really really good because of course our defense didn't allow no points, but this game really truly was a hard gritty defensive play. And besides that J.C. Horn, you know, horrible play on a 3rd and long, our defense really did show up. It's not like we had an offense and our defense not show up. Our defense showed up. Our offense just sadly couldn't compromise. It couldn't reflect on the defenses today.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, contrary to what some people on Twitter want to believe, the Seahawks defense is pretty good, and they get paid
Mm-hmm.
too. So, you know, uh,
Seattle has a
I
good defense.
yeah, right, exactly, exactly. It's everybody. It's not just one person. Got into some discussion with some folks on Twitter today because they just want to blame the players. They don't want to blame nobody else, and only a few certain players. And I don't do it that way. I'm blaming everybody, including the coaches, if the coaches are at fault. I'm not blaming everybody, and I'm not
I
going
I,
to, you know,
I
I
agree.
right, right,
I'm gonna blame people that deserves to be blamed. And
exactly,
look, everybody knows I'm a huge Chuba Hubbard fan. He had a bad fumble today. He really
right,
did. That was a
exactly,
bad play on him. But
right,
look, I'm not cover. If it's a bad play, I don't care how big of a fan I am about this player. I'm gonna call him out.
right,
We
exactly.
are still in first. Guy, you are correct. We are still in first place. A
Yes,
half a game
exactly.
ahead of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Exactly, exactly. Next week actually does the division. And listen, it's a lot of people are upset. We lost. We could have won. We could have won the division this week. We didn't, and
We still got next week.
we got next
That's
week.
the positive. Yep.
Next week we go to Tampa and we fight for the division. Keep pounding. Let's
Keep
listen to the
pounding.
rest of Dave.
Because we saw this with the Saints loss, and you guys bounced back. How do you bounce back from a performance like this on offense?
Yeah, it's going to come down to some really basic stuff. And from what I could tell live, just whether it was, formationally or whether it was just the technique that was involved in what we were asking them to do, we got to make sure that we clear those things up so we can play our best ball. And especially when you're playing a really good defense, that we have to be sharp. We have to be on our stuff.
You touched on it. What was your assessment of Bryce Young today?
I thought he was competing, and he was making the ball go where it was supposed to be. Other than the interception, he was competing and giving us an opportunity, and operating in what we were asking him to do. So I'll have to look at the film to get a full grade on it. But I saw him out there competing, making some plays with his legs. Critical 4th down right there on the touchdown drive to be able to get us a new set of downs so we can stay in the flow of it.
Dave, on Leggett lined up offside on that 4th down play. What happened there?
Yeah, the official tried to warn him. He was telling him he's had his foot there. He was trying to let him know, and Xavier kind of didn't see what he was doing and thought he was okay on that. So we got to clean that up.
Real quick, NFL Network is reporting that Sanders, the tight end Sanders, broke his foot today,
Oh God,
so he'll be
man.
out for the year.
I
Being
hate
it's
to hear
late in
that,
the
man.
year, I don't know if he'll be ready for next year or not. We'll have to wait.
Well, bro, I will say this: a broken foot, as much as people say, I mean, a broken foot is actually not as bad as a torn ACL at this point in time.
Right, right,
It's
exactly,
not. I don't know if he'll be. I don't think he'll be out all next year. But I agree with you. I don't know if he'll be ready by the beginning of next year. But
exactly,
at least he'll
exactly.
be able to
Right.
play next year.
But one thing about it, we do have good depth. Mitchell Evans or James Mitchell is still on the roster. He's just been active most of the year,
No.
so he should be active next week.
And who knows, Pickle? I mean, we
You
honestly
never,
haven't
you
seen a
never
lot of
know.
James Mitchell. You're right.
Yeah,
We
you
haven't
never
seen enough
know.
of James
You
Mitchell.
never know. More. I would like to see Mitch Evans get more playing time, and I want to see James Mitchell at least get an opportunity. You hate it
Hmm.
for an injury, but when an
Definitely do.
injury happens, the best thing a fan can do is pray for the player and think, okay, maybe the backup can show us something we didn't know he had.
Right.
More concerns, or do you still feel confident with him?
Just keep playing ball. Keep playing ball. Keep working on the
That's it.
fundamentals.
In
Keep
Do you
pounding.
find yourself peeking at the scoreboard at all? Did anyone tell you the Bucks scored?
Not at all. For us, it was going to be about playing this game all the way through the duration of it, and
That's how you have to be.
right until the game got 17 points away from us there at the end. Like down 10 points with time on the clock, felt like we had a good opportunity to make that happen. They got a big sack on us, to really create like a fourth and long situation, and they made it difficult there. But for me, it was just like, let's compete, let's find a way to win. We need all those reps. We need everything we can. Every series matters for this group. So wanted to try to take this thing as far as we could.
I
We
mean,
saw
the
you
game
nailed
was
it
out
out
of
at
reach
the-
by that point, but you took some knees at the end of the game. Why did you do that?
Yeah, ran the ball in the first one, and for me, like at that point with 17 points down, with the amount of time we had, the important thing for me is to make sure that we get to this next game healthy at
Yeah,
that point. And
that ain't
my
bad.
brain never went there.
I agree with that
before
with
that drive,
Canales.
but once
Right.
they scored that last
I mean,
touchdown,
you
I
know
knew
you're
what
gonna
it
lose.
was.
You know you're
and,
losing.
Right.
I mean,
Rico looked good today running the ball
Just
when he had a
wasn't
chance
enough
to
time.
touch it,
Nala's
and so
already
did
hurt.
Chuba, and,
I mean,
Yep.
I just wanted
you
to
never
make sure
know
we were
when-
able to go
He's
into this next
yeah,
game.
you
at
never
full
know
strength.
when stepping
Did you
back to
request
throw a
for
deep
the score not
pass,
to be shown in the
somebody
stadium?
comes off the wrong
They
way.
gave me an option,
hits
and I really
Rice's
wanted to treat
leg.
it like any other
You
game.
told me
I
that
wanted to
too,
make sure
Pickle.
that our guys were
Yeah.
focused on the
Yeah,
task at hand.
injuries
It's
are not
every
worth it.
play, every series
Not when
that
you know you're
matters
gonna
right
lose
there.
anyway.
Didn't want anybody looking around trying to figure out what was happening based on the score of that one. Let's play our best football. That's got to be the focus.
Yep.
Status of Jatavian Sanders, and also how him not being there, how that impacts you not being able to use the three tight end personnel group that you use often in the run game.
Yeah, it definitely took some of our game out.
Absolutely. Let Nick Canales say this, but folks, you need to understand problems in the run game may be the three tight ends we couldn't use.
You called it. You
Yeah,
called it out.
I said when it happened in our group chat, I said this is going to hurt. We use a lot of three tight end, two tight end sets, and three tight end sets, especially in that run game, a lot.
Out of there, we were able to use Jake Curhan a little bit in some of those spots. JT suffered a broken ankle, so he's going to get surgery tomorrow, I believe, and we're going to miss him a lot because he's been so versatile, a guy that we can really count on.
What could you and Brad have done differently? You had mentioned to push it downfield a little more.
Yeah, just trying to isolate the safeties, maybe one-on-one in the middle of the field. They did a great job matching us on the outside.
They'll learn. They'll learn as they go. As
Coach
they grow as
McDonald did a great
coaches,
job
they'll
of
learn.
mixing the types
We
of
fans
coverages,
just
did
have
a
to
little
be
bit more
patient
man
and let
than they
these
had shown,
players
on
and
film.
staff
So,
develop.
where
It's
we're
fact
trying
of
to
it.
attack some of the fire zones and different things like that.
You
We
know?
shifted to some more runaway type of concepts in case they threw the man out there. So I think it's just a combination of things, dialing in when they are making this transition. Where are those oddballs coming from, and making sure we can execute in those spots.
Resiliency you guys have shown bouncing back from losses like this has been pretty consistent over the last 2.5 months. But at some point, are you worried that that's going to take its toll, that you've always had to be bouncing back, and is there anything that signs you make you feel like this team could do it one more time?
It's just who we are, and the guys will look at the film and we'll be able to make some corrections and move forward, and that's been the response from this group. I don't expect anything different this week.
You've talked about these championship opportunities for a couple of weeks now. How has that prepared you for what is a winner-go-home championship opportunity?
It's to have that mindset, to know that each game truly is a championship opportunity. Here we had one today against a fabulous team, and we couldn't ask for a better situation here to see where we're at and to see if we can call it up and play a really good team and come away with it. And we weren't able to do that, but we have another opportunity in front of us. The guys will be used to having this championship mindset. The way I see it is we've been playing playoff football for over a month, and every single one of these games has mattered. And that's the approach that we have to take. It heightens the focus, and the guys come in ready to work.
Dave, they haven't announced kickoff yet. You guys could be a candidate for Saturday. Do you have a preference?
Either way, I know that if you play Saturday, if we do win that game, it allows you to kind of have a normal week of prep in case you are the Saturday wild card. So there's an advantage there. But we're comfortable with whatever slot they put us in, and we'll adjust accordingly with our week. All right, thank you.
I think they, in my opinion, Pickle, and people can agree to disagree with this, I think they should be notified about the flex by the end of the day. I mean, that's how I think it should be.
I agree, but at the same time, wow, I forgot about the Saturday game.
Yeah, Panther Gal brought it up earlier about. I hope it's not a Saturday game.
Yeah,
I really hope it ain't. I hope it's a
but
Sunday game at the very
yeah,
least.
exactly. So, But I figure there's two games they'll flex. They'll flex the Ravens and Steelers, and they'll
And
flex our game.
I
So
just
it
hope we're
depends
not the
on
Saturday
who.
game.
Yeah, I would rather play on Saturday as opposed to being Sunday night at
I
8
do.
o'clock.
Well, I actually agree to that. I'd rather play on Saturday compared to a Sunday night football game. I will say
Right,
that.
right. All right, let's pull up. Let me pull up the stats real quick.
As pitiful as
Um,
our passing yard is going to be.
yeah, well, that's what people want to. That's what I think we should see. Because having a breakdown, a fart or something here, not working out. Alrighty. This still ain't where I wanted to be here, folks. Come on. Let me do this. I've got too many windows open.
I'm about to say you should have just went to Google and just typed in our game and go to stats.
Well, here we are anyway.
Yeah, that worked too.
Um,
I'm about to say you got to blow it up because I can't see it.
yeah,
There you
yeah. Okay, if you look at the game, Bryce threw for 54 yards.
go.
He was 14 to 24. He had one interception. QB rating, he was sacked twice at a 14 drawbacks, and he was a QBR 54 or 45.8. Rico Dow run for 12 times for 59 yards. Bryce Young ran 9 times for 27 yards and got a touchdown. Chuba ran it 4 times for 12 yards and a fumble, even though they don't say that. Mitch Evans run it once on that on
That
that
QB
push
sneak.
push
Well,
QB sneak whatever.
that
And
you been
yeah,
called for weeks.
yeah, I've
That
been
you have
telling
been
you
called for
he's
weeks.
done
Yeah.
it before. They should do that, and they did. Hey, no
Well,
problem, Panthers. Appreciate it.
they've been watching your
Throw me a
stuff,
jersey.
Pickle.
Throw a kicker jersey in there. Give me a
There you go. Give me
Rich
Ryan
Magic jersey.
Fitzgerald. Yeah, Fitzgerald jersey, the Panther Pickle, please, in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah. Now as we go, we're receiving. It looks even gloomer.
Oh
Jalen
my
Coker
God.
had 2 catches for 16 yards. The low was 8 yards. The longest receiver yardage we had all game was 8 yards. Jimmy
Mm.
Horn was our second leading receiver, 2 catches for 9 yards. Tommy Trimble, 1 catch for 6 yards. Now, see, as we look at this, my man, let's ask ourselves: Hunter Renfro has been active most of the year. How can anybody stand to look at Cody Lack or any other Clemson fan and say Hunter Renfro should not play? Looking at this, how can you say that? You
You
can't.
can't.
You
You
can't.
can't. I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm not a Clemson fan, but going by these wide receivers and look, the drive today, did the wide receivers get open at certain points? Yes, they did. Was there drives where they didn't get open? Absolutely, they did not. So, I mean, you got to change something up. I think at this point in time, you have to activate Hunter Renfro. I mean, you
Right.
do. If he's healthy, as long as he's healthy,
Right.
I mean, you got to shake that wide receiver core up a little bit. You got to do
Right.
something.
Right. And with with Sanders being hurt, and I'm hoping that Tet or T Mac recovers from his flu he had today.
Right.
But and then you had fumbles. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Ashawn did he recovered a fumble and he fumbled the same time he recovered it. It's
I'm about to say
really
I'm
weird.
surprised it doesn't say a loss besides Ashawn Robinson because he did
Right.
recover it and cough it up.
Right.
I
He
guess
did. He
because I
recovered it.
get
He took enough steps to be called. He had possession and then he coughed
yeah.
it up again. Right back
I
in.
guess that's the reason. But the
Bless his
reason
heart.
why I didn't say it's a loss because we still recovered it that time.
Right. Right. And then defensive wise, we had a better game.
Look at Mike Jack with them
Right.
tackles,
Mike
man.
Jack had 2 pass breakups. I thought he had a couple of picks.
He had 8 solo tackles, 11 total collectively. That's insane by a cornerback. That's wild to have more to lead the tackles total
Right.
as a corner. That's nice.
Yes. Yes. It is. Roseboom had a good game today, even
Mm-hmm.
though, as we know, Roseboom's good in stopping the run and he's good at tackling, not necessarily great at pass defense.
Right. Or
Um,
coverage.
right.
Yeah.
Ashawn had a good game
Had a good
today.
game. Yes, he did.
Nick Scott had a good game today.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Brown, of course. Cam Jackson had a good game today. He played a little bit. Morig
Mm-hmm.
had an excellent game today.
Yep.
And
Look at Nick Scorton.
Nick
Had
Scorton had an
had a
excellent
good
game
game.
today.
No.
So we're showing some good parts, as you can see. We're not all bad. We're showing some good parts, and we should show good parts. There's Mark Jackson reception. Um, you know, but that's just about Fritz Mag. Fitzgerald is his name. I called him Fritz Perfect.
Fifth
So
Magic. He got a bunch of nicknames
he
going on right
does, he
now.
does, he does. So but and but anyway, that's the post game show for today. I really think next week I think we'll be all right. Um, um, I think next week I think next week we'll play better in Tampa. The Bucks lost today. Um, one thing about it though, chatting with the Bucks fan, let's be real. If the Bucks beat us next week and win the division, Todd Bowles will still be there next year.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Uh,
I don't think that's gonna happen. Pickle. I look as bad as our offense was today.
right,
We looked at the record. We've been up down when it came to win and loss after
right.
the Jets game.
hmm
I think we're going to playoff, Pickle. I
Yes, I
truly
still
believe
do
that. I
that.
really do.
I
I
yeah,
think we're going to playoffs, man.
I believe we'll win the division.
You
Absolutely.
know, that's. I mean, I'm up. Don't get me wrong. I'm upset that we lost today,
Right.
but I still have faith in this team going forward. I still have faith in this team going against Tampa in Tampa next week. I don't even at this point. As much as I would hate a Sunday night football game, I don't care if it's Sunday night football. I believe we're going to win, and we're going to go into the playoffs. And look, at that point, that whole saying, and I truly believe this: any given Sunday, anything can happen. When it comes to the playoffs, when you're in, you're in.
Right.
Anything can happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, let y'all. We'll be back Monday, 7 o'clock for the Deal with the podcast. Cole's show will probably come out Thursday. We'll see. Uh, keep pounding. Follow me. Follow Jake, and keep pounding, boys.
Keep pounding, and don't
Don't be
forget
sad
to
today. Don't be sad today. It's a missed opportunity for the
right.
Panthers. They still have next week. We're growing, we're learning, we're developing, and that's where it counts. Keep pounding, y'all.
Keep pounding, and don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube to the Blue and Black Attack podcast, baby.
That's right. And share it with your friends. Keep pounding.